So again, it feels kind of like this sort of gaslighting type tactic of like, how can you think we're that bad? Are you saying we, the land of the free, are the bad guys? Are you somehow, because it implies you're aligning yourself with the enemy, right? And nobody wants to align themselves with the enemy. But as I say, it's this good guy, bad guy argument is very, it's very childish, if I'm being honest with you. And I'd expect better. And I know this is entertainment, maybe I'm being a bit melodramatic, right? This is entertainment. And, this guy is laughing and he's not being totally serious. But there is some truth in jest. And I think for me, considering the nature of what we're talking about here and the seriousness of the topic, and the concerns that are being raised around, okay, what is the way out of this to avoid a potential depression? The good guy, bad guy argument, in my view, has no place in a discussion like this, outside of the fact that, okay, yes, this is entertainment.
And by the way, again, I wasn't even necessarily in favor of this incursion in the first place, but come on, this is a regime that was killing thousands, murdering their own people.
And again, this is another problem with this argument, right? Because as I say, none of this indicates any meaningful increase in the likelihood of a regime change, right? So even if we take the view that this regime in Iran was killing many people, murdering people, suppressing free speech, which let's assume is true, right? And is the answer going in there, decapitating the head of state, and then killing more people than the regime was killing, right? Causing more suffering, double dipping on bombs of schools, right? Allegedly, right? Does that improve things? Is that better? Is it better that it's US bombs as opposed to domestic terror? I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, this is the problem with this position, right? If the argument is because we want to affect regime change, we can only judge it by the results, by the outcomes. And has there been, or is there an increased chance of regime change? And I think we can all answer that question and say, well, look, no. If anything, there's less likely going to be a regime change, because what's going to happen is that those that are suffering are going to be radicalized, and or they're going to be subject to a more oppressive regime because the individual that's now running the country is even more hardline. So, again, objectively, none of what he's saying makes any sense to me.